Go. We are
Hey,
live.
let me hey everybody. What's up everybody? If you're having a good time, tell your face. So Larry Hankin, I'm gonna try to figure out if he can figure it out because sometimes the tech stuff gets confusing. I sent him the link.
hmm
But hello, Darren and James and anyone else. Trying to figure out how this works. Trying to call. I should have done this earlier, like confirmed with Larry. But
Oh yeah,
hey Chad, how you doing, Cody?
doing good.
Not as prepared as I would like to be. Where my iPhone, I should have called and make sure Larry can get on this. But please bear with us. Maybe it's not looking too
Yes.
professional. Um, okay, plugging in. All right. Hey, terrible Troy. We're gonna get him on in a minute. Okay, Scarlett's at the library. Library. You don't bury the light. How
Library.
do you? I never say it right. Ooh.
Oh, you're right
Um.
there.
Yeah, this chair is something's off with it. But you're. Let me see if is Larry here.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey, sorry for the technical thing. Um, I didn't charge the iPhone like I would have liked to have. So I'm trying to call Larry Hankin to make sure he's getting on. I don't know why this I think I need a new iPhone. It's not really charging. Ah, that's
hmm
what I'll do. I'll go to the Apple store and there'll be the library. All right, let me all right. Unless he got confused. All right. Let me see. Could I I'm going to plug this into another thing.
hmm
You're at work, so it's all good because James is at work. Whoa. I'll plug it in here. All right. It's a little, yeah. All right. So you're working on the Joanne Worley thing, and I'm trying to
hmm
figure out, yeah, we're doing it a little earlier than usual. And I mean, I am a tech nightmare. Hello, hello, hello. So at least that's working.
He
And
is.
once it's charged, yeah, I'm gonna call Larry. I have a feeling. Hopefully, he didn't get confused because he kept thinking the other day was Saturday. People get confused after Thanksgiving. I used to do that. That's actually in the story because the Friday feels like Sunday. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
you think it's just
I did the same thing actually. When we said Saturday, I thought Friday, and then I thought, wait a minute, Friday is not Saturday. But I,
yeah,
I didn't look at the calendar, so I was living in Saturday on Thursday.
yeah. No, Larry Hankin was on that girl. He was.
I know.
I loved him in Escape from Alcatraz. Yeah,
Oh,
Scarlett, we're on it with the birthday. So I am sorry for being out of sync with nothing. My iPad's not charging, but hopefully once the iPhone is charged, I will call Larry and we will figure this out.
I had
So
some pictures of Larry on some of those shows, so we can
okay,
look
yeah,
at
I
those.
should have. Yeah, I hate to bug people, but I should have called him a little earlier. Okay, here, this is finally charging. Let me see. Call Larry Hankin. Oh. Oh. Sometimes you spell someone's name wrong. And here he is. All right, I'll call him.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey Larry, it's Fred. Did you get the link? All right. So no one's trying to get in the room. We would see if he's trying to get in the room.
Yep.
Armed and
I have it
dangerous.
open. I'm going to have it open all the time now so I can see everybody who joins.
Yeah, Armed and Dangerous. I remember working with him. This was 1990 or something, 92. And he was telling me about a movie he had coming up with Matthew Broderick. So, oh, here's Larry. Hey, Larry, did you
Thank God.
did you get the link to
I was talking to my sister on the telephone. That's why you were cut off.
Oh.
I just called you back.
Okay, I emailed you the link to get on and talk with us.
So let me. I'm going online right now.
Okay.
If you can wait a second.
Oh, there's no rush. There's no rush.
Okay,
It's very casual. A lot of people already commenting and excited you're on about Armed and Dangerous.
Really? Oh, okay, my God. Okay, so there and here. Okay, so I'm gonna put down the phone, but I'm still on here. Just so wait.
Okay. He was one of the guards in Armed and Dangerous. People are making comments already.
Awesome.
I'm not on the phone. I can't hear you.
Okay, all right. Hopefully you'll get on the stream. Who's hotter, Laura Dern or Helen Hunt? They're both. I loved Helen Hunt. There was a movie a few years ago where she was not a prostitute, but she was a sex surrogate for a guy that was yeah, me and Larry, we crossed paths a lot. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, on the street mainly, but I mean also in the business.
Oh yeah, no, that's that. Oh yeah, no, I'm.
Coffee. I go out for coffee and I see him. Yeah. Oh, you're going for coffee too? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But I used to watch you on TV.
Oh no. So are you by your computer now?
Am I what?
Are you by your computer?
Yeah, I'm just going on. I'm looking. Now, wait a minute. I got my glasses. Okay, I'm online. Let me see where. Fred Stoller. Here you are. Link stream. Okay.
Click it.
And
okay. People are commenting.
Okay. All right. I just clicked it on setting the stage for you. Allow microphone access. There I am. Okay. So now, okay. Can you see me?
Cody, is he in the room? Can you see him?
Not yet.
Let me just fix one more thing. Give me one more
okay.
second and I'll be right. I gotta fix one thing.
He clicked the link. I sent him a link. It's always the same link whenever we do one, right, Cody?
That's correct.
Okay, so we'll get him in a second. Thank you, everyone. Yes,
Okay. Just hold it. I'm just setting up so I can talk to you on the phone. But I'm dialed in. I just gotta.
You don't have you're like my father. I'm just kidding. My father, until he died, he never had what's it called?
Hold it. I gotta take all this stuff off here. Okay, hold it.
I remember bumping into you in a Chinese restaurant on Sunset Boulevard in La Brea.
Okay. Are you still there?
Oh, we're there. We're here.
Okay. All right. Let me see. I have a preview. Use available cameras. Use available. A MacBook Pro microphone. Allow while visiting the site. Allow. Oh, there I am. Is that good? Join as a guest. Okay. Please enter the name.
You could put it whatever you want if you're afraid of getting in trouble.
Okay.
You can make up a name.
LARY HANKIN. Can you see me?
Can you see him, Cody?
Not yet.
Why don't you? I feel like my mother. Why don't you see him? What's wrong, Morris? It's not working. She would panic.
Has he entered the room?
It's not working.
Wait, has he entered the room? He said he clicked it.
There, Fred's Animated
There we go.
live stream.
Yes.
Okay,
Here we are.
Thank you, Larry.
Okay,
Thank you.
there. Okay, Cody, Fred, Larry. There's a picture.
You could
Cody.
even hang up the phone, right? He could hang up the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Larry, thank you so much.
Oh, are we finished? Okay, goodbye.
so just
Great.
a,
I had a great time. Did you?
well, oh yeah. Well, let's sum it up. Just to fill you in, this is Cody. He's in Ohio, and we just do this thing where he illustrates these stories I have. This is a
Right.
story about actually Larry. We bumped into each other since I've been here since '88. So many different places and times, auditions. And actually at a Fred Willard party, which I still have a picture of you with your 4th of July hat on. And
Okay, wait a minute. Well, I got to put one more light on, okay?
Okay. He is like, oh, those paintings he did in the background.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
So Cody illustrates, he works on these stories I have, and he animates them. And this is one about a Thanksgiving with Fred Willard, and that's Joanne Worley. So he's telling a story. So people comment, and I have so many stories of yours that are my favorites. And this is it's a casual thing, but I love you, your work, you're amazing, and I love, and hopefully we'll get to it, that your schedule. I love how at your age, I hate to say, you're not just doing what I do, take edibles and sleeping all day or watching Matlock. You have a creative schedule where we had to do it at this time because you ride your bike, you work. Tell us.
Oh, my schedule? You want to know my schedule?
Well, it's inspiring how you're so creative, how it's scheduled.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
because I get bored real fast, and I'm dyslexic. I mean, I'm not cool at all. So I have to. I'm kind of quirky too. I
Yeah.
mean, so I don't get along with a lot of people. Not that I'm angry. It's not that I'm not on their wavelength.
Oh,
I
I
have my
can't.
I have my own wavelength. You know.
Me too. I'm a loner, as Pee Wee Herman would say. I can't do small talk, but with you, it's not small talk. And yeah, but like a lot of people in retirement, they just get depressed, or they just watch, like I say, Matlock or Gunsmoke. But you are still you're still being creative, and I love that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it gets in the way because I went to a birthday party last night. I went to a birthday party, and everybody there had conversation, and I don't.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I was like that at
so
Fred
I
Willard.
just sat there and I listened mainly. But then when I did, when somebody asked me a question, I mean, I wasn't bored. I was interested, but I was just listening. I didn't need the center of attention. I have enough. I have enough center of attention. I just came back from a Comic-Con in Akron. I made a couple of bucks.
Is that wait? Sorry to interrupt. Akron, Ohio.
Yeah, Akron, Ohio.
Oh, because Cody's in Ohio.
Really?
Yeah, I was just
cool.
there for a convention with Bobby Carradine in Toledo, Ohio, Ohio. Yeah.
Yeah, well, this was Akron, and the thing about Akron is they're out of the way. They're like a small town, really, and so here in Hollywood, you can just walk around or go to Malibu or something. You'll see a famous person walking on the street. I mean, it's random, it's rare because they all kind of hang out in Malibu, but you can see or if you go to a movie, maybe you'll see a famous person. But in Akron, there are no famous people. I mean, it's just neighbors. So, and they have woods there, woods, trees, woods. That's not. It's weird. It's weird.
I was in an apartment for 29 years. My neighbor, 33 years. I got out of the Fairfax district. I remember once you came to the farmers market table with Paul Mazursky, and I live by Foothill Boulevard area near, La Cañada, and I feel like I'm in the witness protection program. Like no one is a casting director. I don't bump into. I love it because when I'm in Hollywood, even if I'm kind of semi-retired, what are you working on? What's next? You always have to have what's next. What are you working on? And here, no one knows me or hey, remember we worked on this thing? So it's a nice break. Yes.
Oh, well, I just do that. See, that I do in my apartment here. In other words, I paint. I don't paint. That's like what do you call
I love your
digital.
stuff.
Those are digital. I did that on the computer. I did, but I do hundreds of them. So I draw. Like that, like Cody, that drawing. I draw. Or I write. So I write a book. Where are my books?
Yeah, if you want to plug it, because we had this guy, Mark Makoff, I say his name, he wrote a book about his love of Carson, and a few people on this thing bought it, and James texted me. So people here, there's not a whole lot, but the people here are very loyal and supportive. We got so many comments. Actually, I remember, my idea was 90 or 92. We were hanging out.
Hey, Cody, I see you've got Fred. That's Fred, right?
Yes,
That's
that's
right.
me as a teenager watching Joanne Worley on Laughing. So
that's what it was.
yeah, so
Right. Okay,
this
cool.
is just a
But
fun
I
way.
recognized you immediately. Okay.
I just love how Cody illustrates these stories that have been sitting in my computer for decades, and little by little we tell these stories while Cody listens and people ask questions. And Pikesville Al is asking me,
wow, look at that.
John, yeah, that's see what happened is I was at
you down, man.
how that I don't. This actually Thanksgiving just happened, and I was at a Thanksgiving dinner at Fred Willard's, and I felt like I didn't belong there. Like I was this moron because I didn't have yet to have stories about Thanksgiving traditions, and no holiday has any meaning to me. So they were looking at me like, "Get this guy out of here!" So it just starts a story, and Pikesville Al bought Kip Adada's book. So basically, I know it's going to go all over the place. I remember you were telling me, hey, I got this part in the Matthew Broderick movie out on a limb, and some people are already asking about that. Do you have any John Hughes stories or?
Oh, well, yeah, I have one story. I think it's short, maybe 9 minutes. I don't know. I did it where there was a curse. It was called, it even had a title. The title was The Curse on Home Alone, the movie Home Alone.
Sure, of course.
On it. I didn't know this.
There's a curse on it?
Curse, C-U-R-S-E, a curse. Yeah, like booga booga. Yeah. So I was called by my agent that this is, when it first came out. I don't know. 70s or something like that. I don't know.
Home Alone, maybe.
My agent, and he says, "Listen, I got a really good part for you. It's just one day's work, but it's going to be a big hit." Well, it's John Hughes wrote it. Chris Columbus is
directing it.
Columbus is directing it, and they just want you for one day. So, well, one day. I don't want to. I'm starting to. This was my early career. So I'm thinking, I want to go up. This is like less. I mean, I generally book me for a week, on a sitcom or a couple of days on a movie, but this is one day. it's not my thing. I'm trying to grow, and this is a backward step. No, I don't want to do it. Turn it down. And also, you got to have a no. You got to have a no. You just can't do everything.
Oh,
You got.
I made that mistake.
An agent told me that. So I thought, okay, here's my no. I got a good
I got the
reason
first no.
down. It's a good, solid, legal no from an actor. I don't want to do this. She says, no, come on, Larry. It's going to be a big hit. It's a little thing. You go in. They'll fly you in. You'll be. Look, Larry. It's just one day. They'll guarantee that they'll fly you in and out the same day. That's
Wow.
how small it is. I said, oh, that's how small it is. It's I can't do that. I can't do it. It's not a career move. It's not a career move. That's all. No. So look, Larry, they'll fly you in. They'll have the whole thing set up. It's just 4 lines. It's
Wow.
4 lines. It's the cop. It's Sergeant Balzac, the guy on the phone. A guy on the phone, and he's just talking. He just said, I think it's 4 lines. They'll fly you in. They'll have all the things set up. So I'll tell you what, they'll pick you up in a limo. They'll fly you out to the they'll ride you out to the airport, LAX, pick you up a limo at the airport, drive you to the set. We'll have the set all set up. It's just a cop on a phone, in a police department, and you'll say your 4 lines, and the car will wait, limo back to the airport, fly you first class. Well, they'll fly you first class. How about that? But it's 1 line. I mean, it's 4 lines. It's not a career move. The people don't see the limo. The people see.
It's not in the credits.
It's not in the credits. So okay. So no, stop it, will you? Okay. So all right. Okay. Tell you. Okay. So he gets that's the second phone call. I turned down first, second one. He tells me all this. Okay, I'll fly you there. They'll have it set up for you. You will sleep in your own bed the same night. No. Okay. Goodbye. Okay. So goodbye. About the next day, he calls me back. He says, Larry, listen, you sure you don't want to do the Home Alone thing? No, I told you no, and a no is a no. And now stop it.
Stop it.
You're not thinking career. You're thinking small time, man. He says, Larry, they really want you. I don't care. They're willing to pay you $10,000. Oh, all right. Well, let's do this. Yeah. Fine. Are you kidding? 10,000? Really? Yes, really. $10,000.
But can I interrupt? Had you worked with John Hughes before, or your first time?
What?
Was this your first time working with John Hughes?
John Hughes? No, I had worked with John Hughes before. That's why I'm turning it down.
I see.
So 4 lines. I did. I've worked in 2 other movies with him, John Hughes.
Okay.
So I go, no. He says, $10,000. Let's do this. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's worth it. So, okay. So they pick me up. I go and I don't even have to pack. I don't have to pack because they're guaranteeing that I sleep in my own bed that night.
Don't have to pack.
That means I'm just going for a day. So I can just wear the clothes, hop in a plane, go on there. They got the costume. I'll say my 4 lines. I can memorize that. Easy peasy. Because I have a rough time memorizing lines. But 4 lines, fine. Okay. So I get there. Limo, first class, limo to the thing. They get the producers are waiting for me on the curb. The limo
Wow.
waiting for me at the curb. So okay, hurry up, Larry. We got it all set up. We got to get you back. We got to get you back to it's sleeping in bed. Now I'm saying. Now here's the thing. I'm saying, well, what about the curse? What's that all about? So, because I did ask myself. See, I haven't told this story in a long time. I forgot to tell you. That one of the things I said to my agent when they said $10,000, okay, why? Why are they paying me $10,000 and flying me there and back and guaranteeing me in my bed at night? What? Because that doesn't happen in Hollywood. Hollywood doesn't throw around money. Time is money. So why are they paying me $10,000? What don't I know that I'm going to discover there? So he says, "Oh, that." So I said, "Oh, that. Yeah, that. What?" He says, "Well, they believe, the producers believe that the movie is cursed." What do you mean? They believe the movie is cursed. No, I'm serious. No, Larry, I'm serious. Because I'll tell you why. They told me, because I had the same thing. What do you mean the movie is cursed? Home Alone? What? So he says, no, because the producers have found they've been shooting for 3 days. It's a big budget. This is a big tentpole movie. They're shooting for 3 days and nothing is going right. Either it doesn't go right or it's unusable, or
Wow.
and so they just want to. They're only hiring now really good actors, people who they trust, because it's all going down the toilet. Then they think they're going to lose. They're going to lose this movie, so that's why they're paying you $10,000. So I said, okay, but I don't believe it. The movie is cursed. He said, well, neither do I. But what do you know? Hey, they're willing to pay you $10,000. The movie is cursed. Fine, go there, find out. But go. It's $10,000. And he's thinking 10%, 10%. Okay, so I get on. I get there, and I said, what about the curse? He says, well, it's we don't know, but there's talk, and it's not going right. Yeah, but we're glad you're doing this. We're glad you're doing this. Thank you very much for doing it. I go, okay. So I say, now, and they said, now, do you, and the one thing, right before I got on the plane that day, that morning that I get on the plane, I got a call from one of the producers, and he says, what do you want? I mean, it's a small part. We know that. We're really apologizing to you, but can you, do you have anything that you want? In other words, a prop, something, whatever. You're playing a cop. It's in that thing. All you're doing is calling home to say, they've called you. They've left the kid at the house. They want you to go check on the kid. So that's the thing. So do you want to prop anything? Of that kind of phone, a cell phone, or whatever you want, a hat, a costume, whatever. I said, well, it's a cop, right? He goes, yeah, it's a cop. I want a donut. That's it, a donut? Well, it's a cop, it's a cop. The cop has a donut. That's funny,
Yeah.
So I want a donut. He goes, that's all? I go, yeah. Okay, wait a minute. A glazed donut. I want a glazed donut.
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure, Larry? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm thinking $10,000 donut. Yeah, I want a donut. Yeah. Okay, you got it. Okay. See you there tomorrow. Okay, boom. Hang up the phone. The limo is there. Boom. Go to the airport. I fly. They're waiting for me. And I ask me, still cursed? Yeah, well, we don't want to talk about it. Okay. All right, fine. And I go in and I said, just get in your car. And I said, wait a minute. So they get me inside and I see it is set up. It's all set up. They got the camera is set up. There's the desk. They got a phone. It's a cop thing. And they say, okay, now just get in your uniform and get back here. We'll shoot you. We'll do one take and you're back on the plane and you sleep in your own bed. Okay, there's the producers talking to me now. And I haven't met the Chris Columbus yet. I haven't seen him yet. They're talking to me as we're walking in. And they go get in your uniform fast. I said, wait a minute, hold it. Where's the glazed donut? What are you talking about? I said, I wanted a glazed donut. You asked me about a glazed donut. I said I wanted a glazed donut. Now, I'm just saying, I want to fuck with them. I just want to fuck with them.
You got balls. I'm always afraid of making trouble.
Yeah, but they fucked with me, you know. They wouldn't tell me the $10,000 until I turned them down 3 times. Then they, oh, well, we'll pay you $10,000. Okay. So I said, all right, look, go in there, just get in your costume and come back, and there'll be a glazed donut here. Just go now, hurry up, hurry up. So I go in there, and I'm just thinking, holy cow! I mean, they really have a glazed donut somewhere. They're going to go find it. All right, fine. I put it on. I put the cap on. Put the uniform on. I come out. I go to the set, and here's the camera. There's Chris Columbus. He's there. He's like, "How you doing? You know, okay, just sit down, get in the chair. We'll shoot it. We'll get you back in the car. You go home." Okay. And I look around, and right next to the camera is, you know, these rolling trays that they have in bakeries. They're stacked.
Yeah,
You know,
of
they're
course.
stacked, and you have bread on them, whatever, and they can roll them around. Those things. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
There's a rolling tray next to the camera, and on the rolling tray, all of the trays are filled. There's 30. There's, I think, there's 300 glazed donuts
Wow.
on this rolling tray. 300. And I said, and I looked at him because what? I said, I asked for one glazed donut. And this producer says, well, we might have to do 2 takes, Larry. So, you know, okay. Very funny. Okay, let's just do it. Okay, let's just do this. I mean, you know, they're just bragging. They have a big budget. Okay, they've impressed me, but I'm more impressed with the $10,000 than with 300 glazed donuts. So I get in my place. I get the phone. I say, all right, give me a donut. No, not that one. That one. You know, being particular. So I get this one glazed donut. So I go, okay, now, and action, rolling, and action, Larry. I go, yeah, you want me to go to your home, and I'm eating the donut while I'm talking on the phone, you know. I said, you want me to try chewing, I'm eating a donut. You want me to go to your home and check to see if your son is still there? Yeah. Really? Okay. Rose, what is it? What did I call her? Hyper, yeah. Rose, hyper on 2. And then I hang up the phone. And before I say Rose, hyper on 2, Chris Columbus yells, cut! And I go, oh, okay, that means something went wrong. You know, I go, what happened? The camera jiggled. Got to do it again. Okay. Because it's a dolly. We're just dollying past you. It's going to be like one of these things, and then we just go over to her. So it's just a one shot, one camera shot, dolly shot, and the camera moved. Okay. All right, let's do it again. Okay, take 2. Back to number 1. All right, and ready. And wait. Give me another donut. I just finished this donut. Okay, give me another donut. All right, see, Larry. All right, haha. Okay, give me another donut. Get another donut. Okay, and action, Larry. Okay, donut. I'm eating it. Okay, and you want me to cut? All right, now what happened? What? It wasn't. Was it me? No. The camera went off the dolly. Okay, let's go back to. All right, take 3. Back to number 1. All right, give me another donut. I ate. It's already eaten. Give me another. And no, not that one. Give me that one. And I see the crew is starting to steal donuts from the bottom tray and so I yell at them, hey, come on, man. We may have to do 300 takes, you know, just leave it alone. So I get, give me a donut. I get another donut. And now I see everybody's changed. And they're thinking, wait a minute, this is the curse. And it suddenly dawns on me, wow, maybe it is cursed. That is so far out. I'm thinking, I go, wow, give me another donut. Oh, let's do it again. All right, take 4. If you take 4, take 5, take 6, take 7, take 8. On the 9th take, something always go wrong. A car, an explosion, a plane, Something goes wrong with the sound, but I've done 9 takes and I've never gotten through one. And I'm thinking, and in the crew, you could see that this is the curse. And I'm thinking, holy cow, it's real. And I'm doing the ninth take, okay, let's, and the only one who doesn't cop to it is Chris Columbus. He doesn't bother. You can see the producers, they're getting flushed. The crews are going, whoa, man. Just by the body language is changing. But Chris Columbus is just, all right, let's just take 9. Let's go. Come on, everybody. Let's go. Come on. Because everybody's slowing down. They're thinking, oh, man, they're losing it. They're losing and he's trying to keep the troops together. Come on, let's do this. Take 9. Come on, this is going to be the one. Okay. So I do it. Okay, get the donut. I start there. Okay, you want me to go look like, and then all of a sudden there's an explosion, and we're doing this on a sound stage, and a Klieg light, one of these hot Klieg light, blows up and showers glass all over me. Just pours glass all over me and the set. Just, and I go, holy, this is the curse, man. This is crazy. And everybody is doing the same thing. The crews are going on, but they're walking away like this. Oh. We got to do 3 more months of this. Oh no. So now they have to stop shooting while another couple of crew guys with brooms got to clean off the set. There's glass broken, and that shattered glass is very thin. And it's on my shoulders, and there's what do you call it? Dress costume people and makeup people. They're brushing me off, with these worried faces on they're brushing me, and I'm saying, don't worry, I'm not going to sue. It's okay. Don't worry. So they finally get it off. And Chris Columbus says, come on, let's just clean this up and let's get on with it. Okay, take 10. Okay. And I'm going, oh man, I'm losing it myself. I don't care anymore. I just want to go home. This is a drag. So I go, okay, take 10 and action, Larry, blah, 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 blah. You want me to Rose, hyper on 2. Cut. And all of a sudden, everybody starts laughing. And nobody laughed on any other time. The other 9 takes where they yelled cut, nobody laughed. But this is the first time we got through it. But everybody waited. You don't laugh until he yells cut, because then it ruins the take, right? So, but it was like a held-in laugh. And when he yelled cut, they went, and I go, wait a minute. All right, hold it. Stop. And he said, no, you're released. We got to get you back home because it's in the contract. You got to sleep in your own bed. So get out of your costume with the cars that are waiting outside. And I said, no. Why did everybody laugh? He says, it doesn't matter. We got it. Don't worry. And I said, no, I'm not. No. I want to do it again. So he goes, no, well, Larry, just don't worry. We got it. And I'm saying, I want to know why they left. Why did they laugh? He says, well, because something happened and it dropped on the phone. What happened? Well, a piece of donut just stuck on the thing, on the phone. Well, why did they laugh? It's because it's funny. What do you mean it's funny? Well, it's Larry, and this is like a direct quote. He said, that little piece of donut. Now, I hadn't seen it yet. I didn't know about it. I was just doing the scene, It dropped on the phone piece, the mouthpiece. I said, no, I want to see it. He said, you don't have to see it. It's Larry, that little donut thing that dropped on your phone, it's stuck there. It's comedy gold. Okay. And I'm saying, I've heard this before. I want to see it. He says, come here, I'll show it to you. All right. So he takes me to TV Village and he says, roll it back, play the last take for Larry. Larry doesn't want to leave. He doesn't think we got it. I said, no, if it's a mistake and they laughed, yeah. Every time the actor makes a mistake, they hold it in until they yell cut and then they laugh. And I don't want you to use anything that's funny that I don't think is funny. And they're going to put it in.
What balls. I love it.
I don't know. I don't want to do it. I want to do it again. All right, I don't have to see it. I want to do it again. We're not doing it again. Show him. So he runs it for me, and I'm standing there, and everybody now gathers around because I'm making noise. I'm being an asshole. And I'm saying, no, I'm not gonna. I want to do it again. So they play it, and I see. Oh, wait a minute. No, the piece of donut just fell on the mouthpiece. We got to do it again. He says, no, that's comedy gold, Larry. That's funny. That's funny. I say, no, it isn't funny. It's a mistake. I want to do it again. He says, we're not doing it again. Get in the car. You got to sleep in your own bed. So I said, well, okay, fine. Whatever you say, as long as I get $10,000. And he says, you got it. Okay. And I go in, I dress, and I go, they fly me back, boom, and I sleep in my own bed. Now I go to see the cast and crew streaming.
Yeah,
I know, no, not streaming, but the cast and crew, they show it for everybody who had something to do with the movie. They show the finished movie to the cast and crew. Okay. And I go there and I'm laughing, and all I'm waiting for is my scene. That's all I'm waiting for. Yeah, everybody's laughing at the movie and everybody thinks it's really funny. I think it's really funny, but I'm waiting for my scene. I want to see what they used. They come in, and I'm on the phone, and this piece of donut dropped on the phone, and everybody laughs in the audience. It's funny. It's comedy gold. Okay. And not only that, when I walk down the street, kids love that movie. Home Alone is shown every Thanksgiving or every Christmas. It's a regular every year. It's every year. And little kids come up to me on the street. People who recognize me come up and say, oh, you're that guy. Oh, I seen you in movies. Little kids come up and say, hey, how did you do that donut thing with the phone? How did you do that? Was that a green screen? I said, no, it's a mistake. Wow, man, that was really funny. And their parents say, yeah, we watch it too. Yeah, we were wondering, how did you do that? Really? It just dropped. It's a mistake. I didn't want to do that. But everybody think that that's fucking funny, And yeah, so the movie wasn't cursed. It turns out that was just, the 3 first days just weren't going well. But that's a story of the curse. The end of the story that I tell. There is an end of the story, but no, I spoiled it. But here's the end of the story. So I tell this. I told this once before. It was on stage because this, you have open mic night. I went to an open mic night, and they saw me in the audience. They said, "Why? Can you go up on the stage? You can do something." So I said, "Well, I'll tell this curse of Home Alone." So I told the story, but I had an ending. I made up an ending for it, and the ending was. So I said, "Okay." So I got dressed. I went home. I slept in my own bed that night, and the movie was a big hit. And the movie was a big hit because I thought they treated me so well and so nice and paid me so much money. I took the curse off the movie.
You did. Larry, we got where people per chat, meaning they get priority with a question. And earlier, Darren asked about, and I just for a few years ago, first time watched Escape from Alcatraz, which is, I envy you because I've done the.
There's the part there. That was an entire. I think it was 11 takes before I dropped them up, and I didn't know that. I didn't know it, and when I saw it, I wanted to do it again. Oh, I fucked it up. No, that's funny, Larry. That's
you got balls. I'm always afraid of making trouble. Like my first movie was Junior, and not Harold Ramis. What's his name? Ivan Reitman said, "Get out of there!" I was a waiter. Move, get out of there, and I'm all nervous. You would have stood up to him. You've stood up to people. You're not afraid and stuff.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with fear. It never enters my mind to be afraid or be brave. It has nothing to do with it. It has to do. Yeah, that's great, man.
Now, Escape from
Uh,
Alcatraz, were you like, you started in San Francisco, so how did you get that part? And someone asked, did
that was another. It's the same. It's the same thing. It's like
well, you were saying no?
the
Don't tell me you
what?
said no to Escape from Alcatraz.
No, I had the same attitude. I lucked out. It wasn't even an audition, but it was like the auditions are cursed. It was that kind of an audition. I got a call from my agent saying, there's a Clint Eastwood movie. There's a part in it for you.
It was a big part.
No.
Okay.
That's not how I got the part.
Okay.
It was a small part.
Okay.
A very small part, and I didn't want to do it again. I didn't want to do it. It's too small. No, because if it's a big part, see, I turn it down because it's a small part, and if it's too big a part, I turn it down because I'm dyslexic and I can't memorize that many lines. If you'll notice, none of my fame is from anything big. It's all small stuff because I turn down big parts. So it was a small part. So he said, but he said, I think this is before Home Alone. He said, yeah, it's a small part, but it's going to be a tentpole movie. It's a Clint Eastwood movie. It's going to go big.
Well, Larry, let me ask you a question. I've been in this business forever, and what does tentpole movie mean? I'm not sure.
A big
Tentpole.
time, billions of dollars.
I see.
It has to go big to make their money back.
I
A
see.
tentpole movie means that it's going to cost a lot of money. It has to go wide, has to go worldwide.
Well,
He
this
said,
is a tentpole stream.
So he says, there's going to be a tentpole movie. So you got to be in it, even if it's a small movie. So I said, oh, all right. So, well, what's the audition? What's the part? So he says, no, I don't know the part. They don't, they'll tell you when you get there, and you have to hurry up. Yeah. Because they're closing the auditions in an hour. So you got to get there. And this was a 45-minute drive to where the auditions are. So I'm not liking it to begin. It's a small part and it's a 45-minute drive. And they're closing in an hour. I may not make it. It's interrupting my day. I have plans. I got to have coffee with a friend. I mean, it's just bullshit. So I'm driving there and I'm cursing the whole way. So I'm getting the attitude, though I don't want it. I'm PO'd because it's interrupting my day and it's a small part, and they're trying to jack me around with, it's going to be big. Don't worry about it. So I'm driving there in 45 minutes and I get there and I'm parking a mile away from where I have to, parking lot. And I'm going there. And he said, Clint Eastwood's going to be there. He's going to audition with you. So I said, okay, fine. So that's why I went, to meet Clint Eastwood. That's why I went.
Yeah.
So I'm driving there. Yeah, well, I'm meeting Clint Eastwood. And I get there. Not only is there nobody there, because when you go to an audition, there's a lot of people in the room, in the audition room, where you wait. There's all these actors and actresses waiting to audition for different parts of the same movie. No, it's an empty room and there's just a secretary there. That's it. So I said, why are you here? She says to me. But you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear, I drove 45 minutes. Why am I here? You mean you don't know?
An odd question.
Yeah, it's an odd
audition.
There's nobody there. So now I'm thinking, why am I here? There's nobody there. There's nobody here except you, and you don't know. So I said, I'm here for the Escape from Alcatraz audition. She says, oh, that. Yeah. Are you Larry Hankin? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. They're going to audition you. Yeah. So sit down. Do you have yeah. So I say, oh, wait. Okay. I'm in the right place. I'm auditioning for something. She's, I guess, yeah. Okay. Why? Well, you were supposed to tell me what I'm auditioning for. I don't know what I'm auditioning for. I don't know. I'm just a secretary. I don't know. She said, well, all we got is this book. Well, she puts the screenplay on the desk. She says, all we got is this book. This is the movie. It's a screenplay. You want to read it? I mean, it's 90 pages. I'm auditioning here now. I can't. No, I'm not going to read this. She says, well, sit and wait. Okay. So I took the screenplay and I put it on my lap and I sit in this empty room where generally there's like 40 or 50 people. And I'm the only person. And she goes back to whatever she's doing, typing or whatever. I'm sitting there. And I guess about 30 seconds later, the door opens and there's, a woman about, I don't know, 45, 50, gray hair. She peeks around the door. She says, are you Larry Hankin? Yeah. You here for the audition? Yeah. Okay. You ready? And I go, it's just, yeah, I'm ready. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. I want to go home. I said, yeah, I'm ready. So I go in, I walk in with the script and I sit down and Clint Eastwood isn't there. So, now I've got my attitude and truly it's verifiable. I have a right to have this attitude at this moment. No script, no part, no Clint Eastwood. Nobody else is here. Okay, and I had to call off the coffee. So I go in the room and I sit down, and there is what was it? Siegel, Don Siegel. So there's Don Siegel. Now I don't know who Don Siegel is, but Don Siegel is a big time commercial. He's directed all the big stars of the black and white movie days. He's a big time guy. And he's teaching. I didn't know this, but he was teaching. Clint Eastwood directs now.
Yeah, of course.
Don Siegel taught him. And on this movie, Don Siegel was teaching Clint Eastwood how to direct. And they had done 5 movies before. So they had a connection,
I think the Dirty Harry movies he directed.
Yeah. So I go in, and there's Don Siegel. Now I didn't know him. He was an older guy now. He had gray hair, and he's an old guy. But I didn't know it was Don Siegel. I just thought, oh man, now I'm being auditioned by an old guy. Oh man. I mean, it's just going to the toilet. You know what I'm saying? The audition is cursed. And Home Alone is 5 years down the line. So I go, all right, yeah, fine. So I have an attitude, and I'm saying, okay, and I cross my hand, and I sit there, and I go, he says, what part are you here for? And then, oh, man, that's when it broke. It came out. I go, oh, man, you were supposed to tell me who this is. I'm thinking, this is all amateurs. This whole thing is amateurs. I'm the only professional in the room. So I go, oh, man. You're supposed to tell me. I don't know. He says, don't you have a part? No, they said they're going to give me a part. I'm starting to do that. I'm starting to go, no, I'm starting to yell. No, they said they would give me the part. He says, well, you have the script in front of you. Is that a script? I go, yeah, but I'm not going to read it. They just handed me the script. I don't know what to read. You know how long it will take me to read this script? And he's going, no, calm down. He says, calm down. He says, okay. We'll figure this out. He's being very, taking charge here. Going to arrange. He says he turns to the lady, who's turns out to be the casting director. Says, what do we got open for this guy? He's calling me this guy. He's not even really relating to me as an actor anymore. He says, what do we got? So she says, well, we got 2 parts. We got the guard, and we got Charlie Butts. So he said, okay. What about the guard? You want to do the guard? I said, I don't know. I don't know what the part is. All right, calm down. He's the guard. Clint Eastwood's character gets thrown into solitary confinement, and a guard comes in to beat him up. Do you think you can beat up Clint Eastwood? And I go, no, I don't think I can beat up Clint Eastwood. I didn't think so. Okay, what is the other part he's got here? And then she says, oh, by the way, no, that we already cast the guard, so that's out anyway. We can't do it. We've cast it. No, the only thing left is Charlie Butts. He turns to me, says, you want to do Charlie Butts? I go, I don't know. I don't know what the part is. He goes, all right, just calm down, all right. And he's being very calm and very gentlemanly. He's not getting twisted out of his mind or who the fuck is this guy. He's not doing any of that. He's just saying, okay, don't worry about it. Okay. So he says, give me a script. He says to the casting director, he says, give me a script. And he opens it up. He opens her script. And he says, you got the script there. And he flipping through it. And he goes, okay, turn to page 91. So I go, all right, okay. Page 90. I said, okay. It's Charlie Butts. He's talking. I don't remember who he's talking to. But he says, I'll do the other part. Do you mind reading with me? No, I don't mind reading with you. All I want is, I just want to go home. This is a farce. This is all bullshit. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking, yeah, okay, fine, I'll read with you. And then he says, okay, now you want to go outside and take a little time to go over it and read it? And I go, no, let's just do it right now. Let's just do it. No. He says, oh, okay, cold reading. Good for you. All right, so he says, I'll read the other part. Okay, he says, just read the one page. Don't turn the page. We'll just read this one page. Okay, I'll start. I'm this guy, and you're Charlie Butts, okay? I go, yeah. Okay, all right, and I'm going. Okay, blah 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 blah. Okay, you got the part. Okay.
Wow.
And I go, what do you mean? No, I didn't say that. No, I was shocked. I did a wow in my head, but I go. But what I meant was, what do you mean? I just was flabbergasted. I didn't know what to do. Because they don't, other people don't. They don't tell you. They don't ever tell you that.
In the room.
Right after, and I just read it cold with the director, and he goes, all right, you got the part. I mean, just like, hey, you got the part. I didn't know what the part was. He just says, yeah, you got the part. Like it's.
Were you known in the San Francisco?
It's like that.
Were you known in the San Francisco area? Like,
yeah, it's on Alcatraz. It's fucking on Alcatraz.
No, but were you known? Did the guy know who you were from other work? The director.
I'm not hearing you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Yeah. Okay.
Did the guy know you from your work in the area, or was his first time?
No. He doesn't know me from Adam. He doesn't know me. This is just a last minute thing. The entire movie has been cast already. This is like they're just picking up small parts, like the cop who beats up Clint Eastwood in the cell. That's like a one-day part, and I think it's like 4 lines. He comes in and he just beats up Clint, who can't hit him back. I think he comes in with a club, so he just beats him up and then splits. That's the part, and that's the first thing he asks me is, "Can you beat up Clint Eastwood?" I don't think he can. So he's now fishing for something to put me in, is what I'm thinking. I don't know. But anyway, he says, you got the part. But he says it like it's a one-day shoot, and it's a small part. It's in the credit roll at the end. That's what he said it like. Yeah, you got the part. And I just sat there and I just stared at him, steaming, because I think you're fucking me around now. Now you're just jerking my chain, man. And there's bad enough that you don't know what part I have or who I am or what this is all about. But now you're starting to fuck with me. You got the part. Nobody tells you that. So I just sat there and there's this silence and she doesn't say anything and he doesn't say anything and I don't see anything. And I'm just going to sit there until somebody else talks. I'm not going to say anything. And finally he says, you don't believe me, do you? And I go, no, I don't. He says, okay, fine. Tell you what, why don't you just go home and sit by the phone and see what happens? Now get out of here. Just like that. Now get out of here. And I just got up and I said, fine. And I just stormed out.
Wow.
And I stormed out. And all the way home, I'm driving, man. I'm thinking, no, fuck, man. I hate Hollywood. I hate the way they just fuck with you, man. And I get home and the phone rings. I mean, I just walk in the fucking door and the phone rings. I pick it up to my agent. Hey, man, you got the part. Man, what did you do? I don't know what I did. I got the part, and now I don't know what to do. Now I wasn't happy. because I still don't know what the part is. But not only do I don't know what the part is, but I got the part and I have to do what I still don't know. You know,
Yes.
what if he was crazy? Or what if he was, uh, maybe he was deaf? Or, in other words, what if there was something to him that I had to study
He
for?
was deaf.
You know, so I just, and then I read the part. Then I read the screenplay. I took the screenplay with me. And I read the screenplay and said, holy shit. You know, but still, now here's the trick. The end of it was that I said, okay, I've got 4 scenes. Charlie Butts is in 4 scenes, but he doesn't talk too much. So that was kind of cool. That I didn't have to memorize a lot of lines, even though I
Yes.
didn't know what the part was. Luck. That was just luck. So so I kind of thought it still was a small part. Even though I was in the scene, I didn't have to say anything. I could just show up. But when I got there, this is why I'm telling you the story. Don Siegel, and I think you mentioned it and why I got onto this track. You, Fred, mentioned it a little while ago. He saw who I was really, Don
Yes.
Siegel, at the audition, talking to me with that attitude
Yes.
that he knew exactly who I was.
Yes.
Who I was Charlie Butts.
Yes.
He saw that just by this guy, Larry Hankin, who I'm talking to. He doesn't even read anything. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. This guy is lost. He's in the wrong place. That's what Charlie Butts was. That's how he saw Charlie
It was a
Butts.
great dramatic part with pathos, and I was
Oh,
really
no. Yes, that's in your head.
yes.
That wasn't in my head, because there were 4 scenes, a lot of it which I wasn't even talking. I was just in the scene because I was his sidekick, kind of. Now, in my brain, since I don't know what the part is about, I have no time, because they were shooting in like 2 or 3 days. I didn't have time to study the part or do anything. So what I did was I made up this story, and the story was I'm in the wrong prison. I'm a car thief.
Yes.
I'm
That's
in a
great.
car thief, and I don't know what's going on, and I don't want to be anybody's girlfriend, and I don't want to be beat up. So I'm going to stick with this guy, Clint Eastwood's part. I was going to stick with him. So I didn't have to think about anything. All I knew was I don't want to get fucked, and I don't want to get beat up. So
Norm Macdonald had a joke. He goes,
right. What?
Norm Macdonald had a joke. He goes, prison, it wouldn't be so bad except for the anal rape. Wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah.
Picture Norm saying that. Yeah.
Right.
Except for
And
anal
that's
rape,
what
I wouldn't mind
wonderful.
it.
So now I, on the other hand, it was a 3-month shoot, and I was hired for the 3 months.
Wow.
I got a huge amount of money, but I only had 4 scenes, and they were very small, and I didn't have much to say. So I had a lot of time on my hands because I had to be in my 4 scenes. There was only one way to get on the island and one way to get off. All the boats, there were 200 people on the shoot. 200. There were extras, the prisoners, and then there was the crew, and then there was the cinema, and then there was the camera crew and everything. So there's 200 people who had to get to the island every morning. Most of them were just extras, but they hired 10 boats every morning at 8:30 in the morning, only one time, 8:30 in the morning, they would go out and deliver you. The rest of the day, those 10 boats were tourist boats. So they worked, taking tourists around. So they couldn't take any. So every morning at 8:30, if you had to shoot, even if it was one day, you had to get up at 8:30. And even if they shot you, and they shot until 8:30 at night. So if you are in the first shot, you had to get up at 8:30 in the morning, and wait until 8:30 to get the boats finished with the day's work to go back to the mainland. So I had a lot of time on my hands, and I would always get up at 8:30 and go because I wanted to see how a big tentpole movie was made, how they spent the money, what it took. I was interested in learning about making movies, not being an actor. I wanted to see how they made a movie. So I'd be there every day. And every day I was by the camera. I started my day by the camera next to the director, Don Siegel. Now, a lot of days I wasn't working. So, what are you doing here? I just want to see what you did. Oh, okay, fine. So I would stand by him the entire day. Or, if I got bored, I'd wander off and come back. But I'd always be around. And every day he would say, like random days, but not my days. My 4 days were spoken for. But every other day that I was there, he would say, Larry, get in the scene. I go, why? And he'd go, I need another body in the scene. So I'd say, oh, okay. But I was there. I always went in costume.
Wow.
I always went in costume.
I should have done that on Seinfeld. Just kidding.
They get in the scene. So I was in, and he would just say, and I'd say, what am I doing? He said, it doesn't really matter. Just get another scene. I need another body in there. Like, for instance, the one thing, am I talking too long, or is this?
I love it. I love it. The only problem is there's so many. I don't want to keep you too long, and you're just so amazing.
No, I'm fine. But so this is the one day of all the days. But this was kind of like a sample of when he just said, get in there. One day, there was Clint Eastwood and McGowan, I think was the guy's name, the warden. It was a close-up. It was a big scene between the two. And they were facing. So he got a side shot. He got a profile. So there's this profile, just, like this, close-up. But they were on the tier where Clint Eastwood was prisoner. So the warden let Clint Eastwood out of the prison, but they were on a tier. So there's like a 3-story drop there, and there's this walkway along the thing. So they were in front of Clint Eastwood's cell, and Clint Eastwood wasn't in it. He was in the front, close up to the camera. So I was standing there. I walked up onto the 3rd tier. There was a couple of us watching, So he looks over, and all this, there was only 2 ways off the tier, way down there or right over here. And that's how they brought the camera in and everything like that. And that was blocked with either people, the crew, or camera stuff. So you couldn't go out that way. You had to go out that way. But everybody was up there to watch this close up between McGowan and Clint. So I'm standing there, and he goes, Larry, get in the scene. I go, what am I doing? It just doesn't matter. I want a body in the scene. I said, well, you got a close-up. Well, what do you need a body in the scene for? So he says, look, I got a close-up. And he explains it to me. He says, like I'm a little child. He goes, look, I got a close-up. See, I got these. And so there's these profiles here, but right in the center, you can see right through into the cell, and you can see the window, the cell window, because we're shooting into the cell, and they're here. So I want a body in there, because what if they don't want to watch the close-up? This is a Fellini thing. If they don't want to watch the close-up, give them something that they can watch if they don't want to watch what the director is.
And you ate a donut. I'm just kidding.
What?
I was kidding, saying, and you ate a donut.
Yeah, right. So he says, I said, what am I doing? He said, it doesn't matter. I just need a body in there because it's a blank space in the middle of the screen. So just get in there. Whatever you're doing is fine. I don't care. So then I said, okay, how much time do I have before you're going to shoot the actual scene? And he says, 5 minutes, because I've got to set up the lights. I said, okay, I'll be back in 5 minutes. So I said, okay. And I run down. Warner Brothers had set downstairs a prop department on the island, because if you needed a prop, you had to take a boat. It's too long to take a boat to the mainland. So they put a prop department on the island. Very smart. So I went down to the prop department and I said, look, I'm in a scene. It's right now. I'm in a scene. Give me a checkerboard. What do you need a checkerboard for? Because I'm a prisoner, and that's what they do in their cells. They play checkers or cards. So give me a checkerboard. He says, we don't have any checkerboard. Warner Brothers knows they're shooting a prison, and it's on Alcatraz, and they send over an entire prop department, no checkerboards. in a prison movie. What the hell's going on here? So now I'm dumping on this poor prop guy. He goes, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, we don't have any checkerboards. I have a chessboard. So I go, all right, give me the chessboard. So I go, okay, and the men. So he gives me the chessboard and the men. And then I go, okay, thank you very much. And the AD comes running up and says, hey, you're on. Come on, get upstairs, man. They're shooting the scene. Come on. So I run up with my chessboard and my chessmen, and I run upstairs, and Don C goes, get in the scene. Come on, hurry up, get in there. We're gonna shoot. And I'm making the two stars wait for me. They're standing there like this. Where's the fucking guy in the cell? You know, where? Okay, I run in, and I set up the chessboard, and and he says, you ready, Larry? You know, if, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but if they mention your name on the set, it's not good. You know,
Why's that?
they say, Larry, what are you doing over there? You know,
Yeah.
Larry, what are you doing back there? You know, it's not good. Okay, so I get in there, set up the thing, and he says, okay, we'll take one, and they start going, you know, and so he goes, blah, 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 cut, right in the middle of the scene. I know what the scene is. That's in the cut. Larry, come here. It's not good. It's not good. He just, he mentioned my name, but there was an attitude there. It's not like, hey, man. It's Larry, come here. It's like disgusting. He's come here. So I thank God that he's calling me over and not hollering at me in front of Clint. That I would be fired. So he says, come here. So I go over to him. He takes me aside and he says, what the fuck are you doing in there? So I'm playing checkers. You playing checkers? You got a chessboard in there. What the hell are you doing playing checkers with a chessboard? I said, no. I'm not playing checkers with a chessboard. Charlie Butts is playing checkers with a chessboard. Charlie Butts doesn't know how to play chess. All the other chessboards are given out to the other inmates. They only had a chessboard, and Charlie said, okay, so I'll play checkers with a chessboard because it was the only thing left that he knew how to play. So that's what I'm doing. But I don't have to play checkers with a chessboard. I don't have to be doing anything. I can be just sitting there. He says, no. Keep doing what you're doing. I just wanted to know what the fuck you were doing back there. He says, you can't play checkers with a chessboard, but you can play checkers. I mean, you can't play chess. You know what I'm saying? You can't
Yeah.
that with that. But if you're playing checkers with a chessboard in your head and your Charlie Butts, keep doing what you're doing. I just wanted to know what the fuck you were doing. Thank you. All right, take two. Everybody get back in their places. And they shot the scene. You go see the movie. You see Charlie Butts in the back there, and he's playing chess.
Doesn't this make you want to see the movie, Cody? These stories?
Oh yeah, absolutely. All the behind the scenes kind of what's happening here.
Yeah, Cody.
Oh, okay. So I mean that's the kind of thing that whatever you can use. That I don't know what. See, it's like me and Don Siegel. I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing.
We just love people love character actors. They, Cody's a young, so they love hearing stories. They love just like, is there anyone you were excited to even do a small part? Because wow, I can't believe I'm with so and so. Is there any?
Clint Eastwood was the only really one. I was with Bryan Cranston, and I was in awe of him. But the awe came, not the attitude. The awe came because I went up on my lines in doing a scene with Bryan Cranston, and I thought he was a really cool guy, and I had known him from a long time before.
Did you do Malcolm in the Middle or something?
I did Breaking Bad with him, and that was fine. And he was a very nice person, and I did a scene with him, a little scene, and it was fine. But this is like 3 years later, and now I was doing some other thing. Yeah, I don't know. I was doing something with him. Small part. Oh no, it was still Breaking Bad. But it was
you came back.
2 years later, and hi there, and he had even we had talked 2 years before, and hung out while they were setting up the lights, blah blah blah. Hey, okay, let's go act. Okay, but this time 2 years later, it was with the I think it was with the magnet. the scene with the magnet
Yes, yes.
and
You're the junkyard guy.
in the junkyard. And I'm talking to Brian Cranston, and we had a small conversation about the magnet, standing in front of the magnet and then the junkyard in the background. And he's gone blah, blah, blah. And I went up on my lines. Oh, okay.
For the people watching, going up on it means messing up your line.
Oh, yeah. I messed up I forgot my lines.
Yeah.
So he goes, well, okay. All right, take two. Do it again. Okay. And I go up on my lines again. So this time he goes, Larry, remember your lines. Just like a little, like that. And I go, oh, yeah, okay, I got it. Okay, take three. Dot, 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 dot. And I go up again. And this time I see he gets mad. So he just looks at me. He just gives me a dirty look. He just, he's like, you fucked up, that kind of look.
Cody does that to me sometimes.
Yeah, he just looks at me. And I go, and that put the fear of God in me. Because this is now, I looked in awe. This is a great actor. And he's now not, he's hollering at me in no way, and quietly. So I say, okay, I need to talk to the director. So he says, okay, fine. Go talk to the director. So I just go talk to the director and I say, hey, look, I just went up 3 times and Brian Cranston is mad at me. He told me to memorize my lines. And now he's made me so nervous. I don't know if I can even do this scene again. So what should I do? So he says, well, and he's very nice. I don't know who the director is. A very strange director. I mean, I don't know. And he goes, well, there's 2 things you can do, Larry. And he's very calm, very calm. I guess, he's trying to calm me down from being so scared. He goes, well, there's 2 things you can do. First of all, you got to know, Larry, all actors go up on their lines. And 2 is, we're losing the fucking light. Get back in the scene and let's get this done. Fuck Cranston, okay? Get back in there. Yeah. So I went back into the scene. He had scared the fear out of me or the awe. I just memorized my lines like that, man. Fucking adrenaline. It was like hyper. Boom. But Brian wouldn't look at me the entire scene. He would look over there.
Why?
Because he was mad. Brian Cranston was mad. He was an uppity, famous actor, and I let him be mad at me because he's an uppity, famous, great actor, man, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants, I'm not going to say anything.
I don't want to keep you. There are so many questions, but another thing you did, which you have balls, you were going to walk out on Larry David. You go, who the F is Larry David? And, like that he made you come back 5 times for Kramer within. Yeah, you don't know. Yeah, Kramer within this. You played Kramer in the story within the story. And why did they make you come back so much? It's like you look at you could play Kramer in a story within a story. What more did he need to see? How many times did you have to audition?
I had that question in my mind the whole time. And I finally, years later, I'm talking about it maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I finally figured it out. I don't know because, I was just in my own head, but I try to consider all the things. Should I tell that story or
well, you could. You don't have to tell a whole long story.
But 5 times. You're supposed to get paid after 3. Nobody even mentioned it. Not my agent.
Okay.
So yeah, I did wonder why I auditioned. But not only did I audition for 5 times for that one part, but I auditioned 5 times with the same 5 guys who did the same 4 other guys who didn't look anything like Kramer. There was a fat guy, a skinny guy, a bald guy, and a guy with a beard, and me. And they looked nothing at all. They were much shorter than Michael, and they had no characteristics of Michael at all. They were just like strangers, just total different. We were all different. But I knew in my heart of hearts, first of all, I wanted it so bad. That's the only part I've ever wanted. I really wanted it. And when they started making me come in the third and the fourth and the fifth time, I was starting to get I started to get my attitude back. Like, hey, why are you making me do this with guys I don't even think deserve the part? I don't even know if they're actors. They look like they were the same guys, always the same guys. We were the same 5 times. But here's the one thing. I never saw them come out and go through the door like Kramer, like the guy inside made me come in. There was always 4 people in the room, and I would go in and audition. 3 of the guys I knew. One was Seinfeld. One was the guy who played Costanza. One was a suit.
The suits were probably
Yes.
Jerry's managers, which were producers, Shapiro and West. Howard West
No,
and
no,
George
no, no.
Shapiro.
And there was a director
Right.
who I never saw, and then there was a 5th guy who sat on the couch, bald guy,
Writers, probably.
and so he would always make me go in and come out, which was fine. I mean, you tell the actor to do whatever you want to do, or whatever you want to see. Hey, stand up when you do that, or make believe you're drinking some water and then say something. Okay, he said, go in and come out like Kramer. Each of the 5 times, I did it once. Go out and come out like Kramer. Okay, fine. On the 4th time, I was starting to get a little angry. Hey, you saw this once already. But what on the 5th time, because I would think of it when I was home, think, I got another audition. That means that guy is going to tell me to come in and out of the door again like Kramer the 5th time. So I was working myself into, a little dudgeon, before I even got there. So I had a chip on my shoulder on the 5th time going in. Because first of all, when I saw the other 4 guys, the same fucking 4 guys, I haven't gotten it yet, and I really wanted it. So I was getting frustrated too, because what the fuck? They don't even look. I should get it. Michael Richards even recommended that I do it. He was the one who told Larry David about, there's a guy who looks like me who could do me. His name is Larry Hankin. Get him. Because
Wow.
he didn't know who I was. So, I mean, I got even a recommendation, and you're making me do it 5 times? This is ridiculous. So when I went in the 5 times, it was just me and the other 4 guys. Again, like an empty room, but 4 other guys. And they were in there. So, and it's the same thing. So and there was a secretary. And so when I was going in the door, and each time, we didn't all go in the same order. Sometimes the fat guy went in first, some guy, the skinny guy. It was just random how we went in. But if I went in 3rd or 4th or 5th, I never, ever saw anybody else, the other 4 guys, come out and go in like Kramer. There's when this guy told me
He
to
comes
go
in the door. Ooh, yeah.
Kramer, I had to go out into the room where they were sitting, where I came in, and then I had to shut the door, then open it and come in like Kramer. Boom, and close the door. And then when you go out, there was another door that you go out into the hallway, the other hallway. So you never even saw the guys. But I never saw any of the other guys go in and out. So I was really angry about that. So right before the 5th time, I turned to the secretary and I said, look, I'm going to unload on this other guy sitting on the bench, on the couch. You're sitting alone. The bald guy, if he tells me to come in and go out, I'm going to come out and I'm going to go in and I'm going to just cut him another asshole. I'm just going to unload on him. I'm going to dump on this guy. And so I just tell me his name. That's all I want to know. She said, oh, that's Larry David. He's the producer of the show. He writes it. I go, oh. Oh, okay. Hi. Go in and come out again. Yes, sir.
I'll let you go in
Amazing.
And I got the part. You know, really.
oh,
But I
you're
right down.
You're amazing. And my IMBD credits, I probably about 15 times have played a guy named Fred. I just see, like when I was on Seinfeld, Larry David says, I'm going to change the name to Fred because Fred's a schmucky name and you're a schmuck. It's better. So I just play Fred. And on your credits, you played homeless guy and bearded guy so many times.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was my go-to. You know, you do. It's
Comfortable.
well, no, I didn't do it at the. Oh well, yeah, I did it at the party. I did a party. I went to a party last night. I explained it to you. Okay, but I don't have any small talk really. You know?
Yep.
So I sat there for a while, but everybody who was invited had to bring something. That was the kind of birthday party it
You
was.
brought
So I
raisins.
just
No.
blurted out, I'll bring the dessert. Figuring I stop at Whole Foods and buy a birthday cake. They have them there. So that's what I did. I stopped in. Uh, but I got it mixed up. I got the dates mixed up, and sometimes I'll write it down on a piece of paper. The time and the date, but then I'll lose the paper. It's something off the internet or something. Oh, I got to watch that, and I forget about it and I don't watch it. So I wrote down the date and the time for the party, and then I wrote it on a piece of paper, and I lost the piece of paper. So I'm also dyslexic, and sometimes I forget. So I totally forgot, and I bought the thing, and I went on 2 days before the party. So
I've done it. Gone to the party the wrong day, the day
yeah,
before.
I went to the party the wrong day, but I had the dessert. I had the cake. I had a birthday cake. So I couldn't just. So I had and the wife of the party guy, the wife said, "No, I can't put it in the refrigerator. He'll see it. It's a surprise party, so you're gonna have to take it back with you, the birthday cake." So I said, "Okay, fine. All right, fine." I did it. I did it the next day. I thought it was the next day. No, it's the next day. It's not Thursday. So I went Friday. It's not Thursday. It's not Friday. It's Saturday. I went Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with the fucking cake. That's what got me mad. I got to carry and it was an ice cream cake. So she couldn't put it in the refrigerator. I had to take it home and put it in my refrigerator. I couldn't return it. I couldn't. Okay, I couldn't. So I took it. Okay, so the third time I went, I wrote it down. I go, okay, this is the time. I got to go. Okay. So I took it, and I'm reminding myself when I went down to my car to drive it there, I backed up to get out, to stop parking, and I went into a pole. I was so angry about this is the third fucking time I kind of lead-footed the gas to back up when I was only going to go that on the screen about that far, maybe double that, but that's all I was going to back up and then pull out. It's like boom into a pole. Fuck. So that's what I was pissed off at, the pole, because I went and walked around and there was a very small dent, but I wanted to sell my car in the next couple of months. And now, just a couple of months before I want to sell it, boom, I, bent the fender, back fender. So that's what I was pissed off at. So I get to the party, and no, I wasn't. This was on the second day when it wasn't the party. So I get there thinking it is the party, and you're on the wrong day. And I said, all I'm thinking is, not only did I fuck up my car, but I go to
ice cream cake
with an ice cream cake the wrong day. So I'm thinking, God damn it. All I expressed to the wife, because luckily he wasn't there, the party boy, doing the surprise on the next day. And I'm getting, oh, God damn it. God damn it. Blah, blah, blah. Just cursing myself for backing into the car and ruining the car. Not for I was there wrong, but that also helped. So I was so totally depressed that she felt terrible. But I didn't tell her why. I didn't think it was necessary. I said, oh, God damn it. All right, fine. I'm going to go back home again. I just walked in. She said, oh, no, it's the wrong day, tomorrow. So I'm just thinking in my mind, oh, I just fucked up my car and I'm in the wrong day. That's all she saw was the attitude, not the reason. So she was worried about it. She thought, oh, my God, he's going to commit suicide for bringing the birthday cake the wrong day. She was worried. She was worried about me. Oh, Larry
People
came
worry.
home. It was just, she lied to him. She said he came by just to say hello because he's in the neighborhood. Because she was worried about me. So she told him, yeah, Larry just came by. Why? Why? Oh, he just was in the neighborhood. He wanted to say hello.
You know, the first time
He looked very worried.
first time I met you, 1990, one of my first jobs. Well, my first job was Singer and Sons. Do you remember that job with Esther Roll? It was a Jewish deli, Harold Gould, and you played a homeless guy. And I
Oh, yeah,
remember,
I remember being a homeless guy.
yeah, and you, I guess you knew me. I was just on a young comedian special, and you're nice, and you go, yeah, this is okay, but I don't want to just be an actor. I want to write, and I just, even though you are a curmudgeon and you're a sweet guy, and this is very inspirational because I love, you're a little bit older than me, and I feel so old that you still have the passion to create. You're not like just like I said, just sitting there like yelling at the news and everything. And I think it's amazing. You have books out if you want to tell people. You do poetry. These are
Yeah, but I don't
stories.
think of it that way. Yeah, I'm a one-off guy. And then I was talking to my sister saying, yeah, I'm always in the now, which helps that. But
Yes.
since I'm always in the now, uh, I don't I don't think about the next second or the next week or the
I need to try to get to that point.
so I can always be calm, because I'll shut out. Once I got home about the car thing, banging it, I just dropped it because I was in the now. I was home. And
How'd you get to that point in life? I'm struggling with that. So you have no regrets. Oh, I should have done this part, blah, blah, blah. What's going to
No,
happen?
yeah, it doesn't.
How do
I
you get in the
don't go
now?
through it.
Is
I
it
don't know. It shoulda, woulda,
meditation?
coulda. No, shoulda, woulda. I call it. That's what I call it. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Oh, I shoulda. Oh, I coulda. Oh, I woulda. I don't do that. So I named it just so yeah. So when I went home, I dropped the whole car thing, the birthday thing, and I just wrote and painted.
So
And then I
that's your
the next day, and I took the birthday cake in there, and then I dealt with that. Oh, I don't have any conversation, So I'll go
how
home. Boom.
so were you always like that in the now, as I said on Raymond, or
Oh, I always thought it was really good. I never thought about it of being in the now, but when I would reflect it as I got older, I started to wonder about why do people well, like I would be reminded of something. Hey, remember when the you dropped the cake? And I go, well, that was 2 years ago. No, I dropped the cake and I was really pissed off, and we all got really pissed off, and everybody blah blah blah. But when I got home, the cake disappeared. I was worried about can I finish this before I have to go to dinner or meet Sal? I was always concentrating on what's in front of me. So even though it was
I
an
try to
awful
get
thing that I did the day before, it was gone. I was just this. So even if you reminded me, I didn't go back to there. I just go back to now, thinking about that.
I mean,
Oh
that's
yeah, it's funny now.
yeah. You were amazing inspiration as an artist, and just always writing, and yeah. Again, I don't want to keep you. People are asking so many questions. You were on Star Trek, all the comments, and let me ask you. Let me ask you one last question. I don't mean to be personal. Like, what does dyslexia mean? Meaning, when you look at a script, does it look blurry, or the words, the letters jumbled? What is?
Okay,
How do you describe
there's
it?
a right hand, there's a right brain and a left brain, right?
Yes.
Okay. Dyslexia affects one of those brains. Generally, usually, 9 times out of 10, it affects the creative brain. So what happens is dyslexia, 80% of artists are dyslexic. It's just that's now the dyslexia takes different form, but it has one continuous thing. Dyslexia means that you cannot read. That's what the lexia read.
How did you do the work? How did you do the reading with Don? I forgot his name already. The director of.
I can do short stuff. I can read a book. No, I can read out loud.
I see.
That's not. I in the moment. In other words, I can read my part. I can't memorize my part. In other words, once it goes in your brain, between the art and the scientific or the, whatever that other brain is, they come together and they formulate a linear picture. Like if you're reading a book, your right brain, your left brain is taking care of the science and mechanics of translating squiggles into words. That's not art. That's a learned thing. You have to learn how to read. But the pictures that I get are produced by my right brain. The pictures that I get from reading. So I will be able to read and I'll get the pictures as I'm reading. It's one-to-one. It's one-to-one. But if you ask me to memorize it, I have to keep those pictures.
I see.
Now without the words and form them into the same single file that the words came in. I have to put them in order, one after the other. And what my brain is doing is, if I'm remembering, I remember pictures, but not in any particular order. It takes 24 hours for dyslexia to gather all that information without the book, put them in the right order. And if you give me too much to memorize, it takes me too long to put it in the right order. It'll take me a week to memorize. Maybe I have it down now to 4 pages. I can memorize 4 pages in a week. In other words, if you give me something to memorize, a part that I have to say 4, things to somebody else on a page, or 5 things on a page, it'll take me a week to get it down. Now, part of that is not dyslexia. Part of it is I don't have anybody to work with.
Yeah.
I live alone. So it's all has to be memory. I can't work with somebody to hear somebody talk back to me with the words. Words.
I was on a show called Handyman, a preschool show, and Henry Winkler, who has dyslexia, had a guest part, and he went outside and he was running the lines with a writer or a friend. Even though he could read it right off the paper, because on the animation,
reading it with somebody else, that the dyslexia becomes prominent. If you read it with somebody, then they're taking half of the job. They've memorized or are reading their lines. I have to memorize my lines and memorize your lines to get to say my lines. I have to hear what you have to say.
But he was reading it. He didn't need to memorize it, because in animation you could read it off the paper, but he still needed to go over the lines with someone before the taping.
Because he's dyslexic, but he had the patience. I don't have the patience to do that. Yeah, somebody will help me with the lines, but I got to call up somebody, have them come over. Maybe I have to pay for them. If I go there, I have to get somebody from the crew. No, I don't want to be an actor that bad. No. Winkler wants to be an actor. He's a good actor, and he wants to be it, and he does everything that's necessary to do it. But me, I don't want to be an actor.
When you were on the set of Barry, did you get to talk to Winkler, or he wasn't in your scene?
What?
On the set of Barry, did you get to talk to Winkler, or he wasn't in your scene when you did Barry?
When I did
the HBO show Barry, that was with Winkler.
Yeah. What was it? Barry. No. My scene was I had a monologue.
Yes.
That was much easier to memorize. I had a monologue, and it was about killing myself. I had to commit suicide on screen, and I had to talk myself into it. So I came to kill the guy I was going to kill, Barry's friend. I was an assassin from Russia who didn't
Right.
speak much English, and I was there, brought in, and going to be sent back to kill Barry and his partner. And I got Barry's partner, and I'm talking to him, and I'm trying to talk myself into killing him, and I can't pull the trigger. So when I'm going over, the monologue that I had is, I'm here from Russia, and I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to just pull the trigger, and you know why I can't do this anymore, because my wife left me because I'm a hitman. She found out I'm a hitman, and she took the kids, and she divorced me. So I gotta kill somebody. So I'm gonna kill me.
Oh
That's
yeah, I love it.
because I'm talking to myself. I don't need you. You're just there. But if you're going to talk to me and memorize that speech, then I got to have trouble, because when you leave and I'm home alone trying to memorize it, I got to memorize your part and my part, or read your part and my part. I've even tried it with I record it, just
Well, I've
record.
tried everything to try to memorize. Nothing
Hard.
works.
That's
Play
all-
it on a tape recorder. I hate it. We have a mutual friend, Ben, who does self tapes, and I hate him. But now, if I have to do an audition, he has a prompter where I don't have to memorize it for the audition.
Oh well, however you get it, but that's why dyslexia is kind of different in each person.
Yes.
What it does with the information you get is the disease, or I don't even think it's a disease. It's just something you're born with, and
Yeah.
there's workarounds, and you can get over it if you. But I don't like to work that hard on something.
Me too.
You know?
Me too.
So I fashion my life so that dyslexia isn't a problem. I don't.
You are inspirational, living in the now, not having,
Oh,
doing what you want to do.
Well, here's another thing. I find that I can memorize my lines better if I write them than memorize
yeah.
your lines. In other words, I used to be a stand-up comedian. I memorized a half hour, my show. Well, I wrote my show, so I was
Exactly.
you open the show, I'm doing me, so blah blah blah. When I do something on, I have this Crow, the Crow. It's a little nightclub coffee house, very small, 100 seats, and sometimes they do shows for kids, sometimes they do adult shows. So that every once in a while I'll go and they'll put me up on the stage. They'll give me open mic night. They'll give me 15 minutes. They'll say, you want to do something? We'll put you on at the end of the show. So I'll go, okay, fine. So I do 15 minutes of what I'm talking about here with you. Something that happened to me that I think is funny, or something that I wrote a long time ago that I remember. But I always do something that I wrote, I did, and I have no problem with it. It's when I try to memorize something for the show that I didn't write.
Oh yeah.
I can't do it. Too
My
much.
God. I appreciate this so much, because you are a great guy. I love your career and
Well, I
stories.
appreciate what you do, man. I was a fan of yours.
No, and
Nothing,
like I said,
get your autograph. I mean, that's crazy.
no one wants autograph.
That's
But
nuts. But I mean, yeah, so no, I appreciate what you're doing. I think it's great. Cody is fantastic.
yeah,
Oh.
you give it.
The whole thing here with you.
Larry, actually, you're giving me an idea. You're giving me an idea. I don't like to perform at clubs anymore, doing my act one-man
No,
show.
this
But
is fine. I have
but
an idea. If we ever do this again, I have an idea.
First of all,
doing with it.
we appreciate you so much. If you have an idea for a sketch or something you want drawn, Cody will do it for you. I know he will. Like any illustrated story.
Okay, yeah, you can produce it. You can be in it. Whatever. No, it's for what you're doing, not for me to do.
If you ever need any,
What you're doing, I can do something with that with you guys.
but you gave me an idea.
But still, it's simple. It's what you're doing. But you see, I write a lot of stuff. that I just write. And then they turn into books or stuff like that. But they're from my point of view. Somebody said, I read your book, like that guy. I read your book, and they said, it's like you're talking to me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I was talking to somebody on the phone, and he was recording it, and I was telling him this, and he recorded it, and then they put it in, what do you call it? Microsoft has a thing where you can put sound, and it'll type it out. So I would talk to him for 1 hour every Saturday. I guess what you're doing right now, Cody.
Well, actually, you're giving me an idea. Maybe I'll go to it. I hate doing live shows, but maybe I could do something where I tell a story and behind me is a screen and Cody's pictures are there illustrating it as I talk. So I'm going to start thinking about something like that. We've done a lot of stuff where he's illustrated stories. This is right now just, where Joanne Worley was so annoyed with me because I couldn't come up with a good Thanksgiving tradition. And I said, I felt like I was trying to think of one, like the guy holding up the line at the ice cream store asking for samples, and that's the picture he's drawing to illustrate it. So,
now, do you do just pictures, Cody, or do you do animation?
Both.
This is going to be
what you're drawing now could be an animation.
Well, how do you
Yes.
describe it? It's a hybrid. How do you describe it, Cody? It's like Could you show him a little beginning where it starts with me talking?
Sure. Yeah. Let me.
It's like it's audio. I did the story on audible audio already. So he has some parts where I'm talking, my mouth tells it, but the audio plays and you
I
just
have
see it
that.
built.
Oh my God. The book. Okay, the book. Holy cow. We got a season here. We can make a lot of money. We could. Okay. The book that I wrote, that guy, it's got great reviews. It's on Amazon.com. It's a book. It's called That Guy. And what I did was I told just to this guy, he's a podcaster. Well, like what I'm doing with you, Fred.
Yeah.
He would just ask me questions about, I said, look, I want to write a book about what I did in acting. Just my stories of, my auditions, my acting, like Larry, get in there. That's in the book. But I recorded that by telling him it on the phone, like I'm doing now. He then typed it out on this Microsoft thing. The story that I told, that I lived through, he recorded at his end because I have an iPhone. And he told me, he's a pretty good ear guy, sound guy. He said that iPhones have the best recording devices of anything. Yeah, that. So he said that if I recorded and called him, he has an iPhone too. He'll record it on his iPhone, and then he just puts it into his Microsoft typist. And Microsoft types out what he recorded. So it's my stories. And that became the book, That Guy. That entire book was recorded on an iPhone, 2 iPhones, over 8 hours of me talking to him once an hour every Saturday. He just recorded it. He sent me the recording, the typed out thing, and I just edited it. Okay. But I have the recordings that he sent me that I listened to and edited, because he also sent me the recordings. I have on my internet, on my computer, this computer. So all these stories that you want me to tell you, Fred, are already recorded, and I can just send them to you. You don't even have to do this. You can just.
Well, I like having you here.
Okay, so
play with,
you can
maybe sorry.
Well, okay. So the way, because this is your thing, and I'm just sure. Saying, wow, I have an idea for your thing. This is me. Okay, but I want you to make money. See, this, I would do it because it's for money. Because in other words, I have an audio book in my computer. My book that I edited with a pencil and paper, when he typed it out and put it in book form, I suddenly realized talking to you that I have the recording already. It's 8 hours. I just sent it to the guy. I have it in my computer, and they're all labeled like, uh, Escape from Alcatraz, Seinfeld. There's all the stories that I was okay. So what you could do is you could either ask me questions that lead to anything that Cody or you think is funny in what I sent you already recorded. You say,
I
well,
love it.
there's this thing you just talk about of how you walked into the room when you were auditioning that. That's hysterical. Why don't we just cut that out? Cody, you draw it, and you ask me questions that lead to that.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can just produce it, man, and just take the money that way. Producing, you'd make more money that way probably than being, but however you get it made, but charge money for those. In other words, the ones where you're telling my story, that's from my book.
Yeah, there's a lot we got to figure out. We don't have that big an audience, but people do things Patreon, or they have a thing subscribers. If you're a member, I don't know how any of that works. So we're just winging it right now.
No, I mean, like, I'm talking about what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
I have it's like I was hired as a writer. Like, you two guys are making the stories and producing it and putting it on TV or the internet. And I've written something that you guys are making it up. Well, what you're doing is you're writing it and you're drawing it. So both of you are creating this thing, and then both of you put it out there. Well, here comes a third guy who says, well, you know what you two are doing? I just do that. I just write the information. You can draw, and you
Cody,
can
show
or producer or whatever.
Show Larry the first minute or two to show what we're working on.
Sure.
With the animation, please. He went to the beginning.
Yeah. Just put the animation on.
I don't know if do you want? Let me see if I don't know if the audio will work.
Anything that moves, anything. I mean, I've been.
Oh, I don't hear the audio.
Oh, that's amazing.
It starts with I'm saying.
Okay,
it starts with, don't you love holidays? And I'm going, yeah, right. I don't know why the audio is not.
Well, why don't you do? Hey, wait a minute. Why don't? I mean, here's a way that you can be. Okay, this is your show. It's the Fred show, or the Fred and Cody show.
So then it cuts to Mary Willard.
Mary Willard. That's Mary Willard.
Yes, and
why did I invite this idiot to my intimate Thanksgiving dinner? My nice. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and he's going to have. So some movement and some stills.
So, all right.
I'll keep it going to Fred Willard. Let Larry see Fred Willard. So then I'm just like I was stuttering like I am now. I don't know any Thanksgiving traditions, and I'm just talking.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to explain it to me. I got it. I see what you're doing. You're not fooling me. You're an artist, man. I got it. I see what you're doing, man. I'm just trying to say, hey, I got it. I got. What do you call it? I've got a season. I've got a season of this in my computer right now. I could give it to you right now. You know what I mean? But you can make money off of this. This is producible. This is, you can do one a week, one a month, one every day.
Cody, it's Cody's manpower. It's hard to do one a week. Yeah.
But here's my idea. You can go do with it. Okay, I'm giving you a warning, Fred. And
what's the warning?
If you don't want to work with me, I'm going to steal this fucking shit.
Okay, you can steal it. What is it?
I can do it. Here's what I'm saying. You, Fred, you're the host. You're the interviewer. It's the Fred show. And what you do is you have a friend named Larry, who's an actor. You could have other friends. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. And Cody, you're the artist. That's Fred Willard.
Yes.
You don't have to put a name on it. I got it. The guy's great, man. Okay. So what you do is, but You do it once a week. It's a regular thing. It could be on YouTube, but it could be on TikTok. And
Oh,
then you charge what it's called streaming. You make this into a streaming show. And what it is, it's just fucking basics. You know that. Now, Cody, I would say, or even this, but even the other one. Go back to that one.
Okay.
Whatever's unfinished. I don't know. You were okay. This okay. Now, Cody, you would say if we were doing this, say, yeah, we got a show next week. We got to put something on, and we're going to start with this. You would say that no, this is unfinished. Yeah, you can make it better. Great, but what I'm saying is the fact that you can do this. Forget about putting color on it or making it better. If you could do this once a week or once every day or once a month, there's money in that. Because what you're drawing and what I'm saying and what he's asking and what he's interviewing or what his podcast, the Fred podcast, in other words, it's all there. Right now, right this second, it's all there. What you don't have as the output, but like on Hulu or on TikTok or on, this is money. I don't know what you're picking around with on YouTube. What you're doing is you're building something.
We're building it. We're
now,
just putting.
You've done the hard work. I'm just adding to it, or
yes.
But if I was to start from scratch, this would be too much for me. This is beyond my ken.
We've been doing this for years, little by little, and it's Cody.
Okay, but I'm telling you, the people out there, because I deal trying to get myself out there all the time. I deal with this all the time, and the only thing I'm looking for is the venue to get out there. I have the material. I have the books. The books are written. I need Simon and Schuster. Okay. Well, what you have is your Simon and Schuster to Fred Stoller. The YouTube. YouTube is Simon and Schuster to Cody and Fred.
Oh, but the
If you
intent
have an
is
outlet for your comedy and your funny and your drawing. You're out there already. What you want to do is you want to get an investor or you want to get, we'll make it better. Sure, if you get like a lot of money, you, Cody, have a lot of things that you could buy or thing to make it even better. Like make this color right now. Boom. Hey, it's color. Or you could finish it, or AI. Or,
I don't know about AI
done
yet.
the hard work and you don't know it. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You have something, and I want in on it.
Okay.
I mean, I have stuff that I could give you, like all this talking that I've done previous to me explaining what the fuck I'm talking about, but all the stuff that we were doing before. I have that already. The stories that you're trying to eke out of me, I have already.
We will do this
Years
again. We'll be in
That's
touch.
pretty cool.
I'm just telling you that. Go on. I think you guys are great.
Oh,
Anytime
you're
you want
amazing.
to do one of these,
You're
it's
amazing.
fine. But also Fred and Cody too. But Fred, I'll send you one or two things. They're like, each thing is about like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but they're the stories that you've been asking about.
Yes, I'd love it.
40 of them. In other words, I took 40 roles that I played. And I said, I'm going to tell you what happened to me on the set or going to the audition or what happened to me on the street because I did it. That's already recorded.
I'm
Fred,
so excited.
What you say, if that's like 10 minutes of me blabbing, Fred, you can listen to it and say, holy cow, this is fucking really great. This section that's 3 minutes long. That's gold. Cody, look at this. Hey, this is funny just talking, but if you could draw cartoons of it. Whoa! Now we got, and you're on YouTube. You can even try it out. You've got
This is just this is a tryout. This is just the creative process where people usually what happens. Well, other stories is people comment, "Hey, put a hat on him. Thank you, so and so."
Yeah, right.
So it's just us talking while Cody works, and you just
Exactly. Okay, so let me ask you a question here.
Sure.
I can even help you out. Help. I can edit it. I can send you the stuff. In other words, I have them on my computer. I don't have an editor, but I can get one. I mean, it's fucking internet. I've wondered what this could be used for. I'm finally finding out. So I have these stories that I'm telling you about and that I've already told you about on my computer. What I can do is I can edit them, sound edit them, like get a 3-minute. You can tell me, well, we need a 3-minute piece, or Cody, you can tell me, I need a 1-minute piece, but I could really like to work on a 10-minute piece. In other words, I could edit it, or you, Fred, can edit it, but I can do the work, and send it to you, and then you can somehow, we could talk about it, but you can either ask me questions that relate to the 10 minutes or the 3 minutes that I sent you, or the 1 minute,
yes, short pieces would be great.
And really say, hey, I got a friend who comes over and he, there's that.
So wait, you're saying you would send it, and we would play the little piece, so you don't have to tell the story, and then we'd have questions with me, Cody, and the people on the side, the comments.
Or I can send you the 10 minutes to you, Fred. I have nothing to do after that. I just take it off my thing. I can send you the whole thing. And Fred, you can say, yeah, well, it's not too funny, but there's a minute and a half here that's just dynamite. Yeah,
all your stuff is great.
Cody, and then you just make something up around it to get into it. Whether, hey, folks, here's something that my friend said, or here I was talking to my friend and we were talking about this. You talk about it, and then let me talk about it. But in other words, all I can do is just send you shit and you do whatever you want with it. But I'm telling you, fans will pay for this, what you already have without me.
Wait, what my first goal is this is a long story. Well, it's 15 minutes. And once it's animated and done, we're going to submit it to some festivals. Because it's a little bit about my father, World War II, Fred Willard, like these short film animation festivals, and play it, just see what it is. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool, but I didn't know that they're animation festivals, because I just realized if you don't use me, I'm going to use me.
All right.
I just said, I don't need you. But if you want to do this is an easy out for me because I don't have to do a lot of research and stuff. I just have this stuff. In other words, I've already made the art. I'm looking for a gallery. You're a gallery. Hey, you want to show my art? Fine, cool.
I would love to. Love to.
Oh yeah.
But you've discovered for me, because I don't bother with YouTube. I most of the stuff is not usable in any way that I can figure out.
It's just a way to have what I love about it's a little community.
You get on, you put it on there, and it's off.
Well, yeah, but this is live, so we have a little community that likes. Actually, usually always.
Well, yeah, but I think your community is way bigger than what you think.
Well,
I think
here it's not a lot.
First of all, I have fans. You have fans. I have fans. That's double right there. That's double. But if I also appear on television and I make stuff that they also like, But what? And you say 15 minutes. Okay. Do you remember? Not Burns and Allen, but
Stiller and Merrill.
Mike Nichols and Elaine May.
Oh,
Mike Nichols and Elaine. Cody, do you know anything about Mike Nichols and Elaine May at all? Radio.
Let me see. What's their names?
Mike Nichols and Elaine
They were a comedy team.
Probably before you were born. They were like in the. But Fred, you know Mike Nichols and Elaine May, right?
Yes, they were a comedy team, but then he became a big director.
Well, before
Oh, yeah.
okay, before that, they used to have. I used to listen to them on radio. There was a news program which was an hour, just a news program for an hour on the radio on like NBC. And Mike Nichols and Elaine May had a 5-minute Mike Nichols and Elaine May segment. And they would put it on either at the beginning, at the middle, or the end of the show. But every week they had 5 minutes where they did an improv. It was just a 5-minute improv. And they never missed. I used to listen. I don't care about the news, but I would tune in on the news just to hear Mike Nichols and what the new thing was. And some of them were so good, it made it onto their Mike Nichols and Elaine May albums that they sold. It made millions. Okay. But what I'm saying is that that's what you have here. If you could say like 5 minutes, there, Mike Nichols and Elaine May. Okay. If you could, Cody and Fred, between you two, come up with 5 minutes every day, week,
I don't know. Yeah.
minute, 5 minutes, regular, and you do it on TikTok, within 2 years, you'd have $100,000 each. Now that I just made that up.
He made it up.
Possible. In other words, you think it at least is possible, even if you don't do it. You know that it's possible. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I'm saying that it's only possible. It can be done. Not that it's possible. It can be done, and it's being done all the time by somebody, some independent entrepreneur. They come, hey, I got an idea for a restaurant. Oh, that's bullshit. And he goes and builds it, and it's like Fred's Tacos, and he's making $1 million on the beach here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Are you showing him this one?
See this?
Yeah, we just found him like
at the level that I'm talking that it could be. And it's there already. Look, he's talking. So this is the Fred show. And
This
the
was
Fred
an animated thing where
or it could be Elmer. It could be anybody. It doesn't have to be Fred. It could be Elmer. That right there, I'd pay like $1 a week just to see this, the rest of it. Hype. Stars in his eyes. I mean, how long did it take you to do that?
See,
Well,
that's a problem. It takes
this section didn't take very long. This intro, really. This
Okay, here's the other
now
deal.
the rest of this took longer, but this part not so bad.
Okay, all right. Here's Fred.
Yes.
Here's what goes on. What you do is you see. This is the experimental part. I'll send you a couple of things, in the next week or two. This is a long-term thing. You keep doing what you're doing. You guys are great. You don't need me. Okay. So in a couple of, I'll send you a 10-minute something of one of these things. I'll say, okay, Fred, you listen to it and think, can you get any kind of good stuff off of it? 10 minutes, 1 minute, 20 minutes, whatever. Cody, you listen to it. You see, I can do something that's doable. That's the important thing. Not something that is great. Something that's doable. And somebody would pay money for it. And you say, okay, there's this hunk that Larry gave me, or there's this hunk that Fred made up. But could you do it once? Can you repeat it? That's what you don't have. And you have to, it's okay, you've had a lot of practice. You've been doing it for years, but it's all different all the time. You're always trying to do something new. Okay, but what if you had to do only 5 minutes once a week? Cody, Fred, and maybe Larry. But you have to be able to repeat it for at least 3 months. You don't have to do 3 months, but you have to be able to imagine in your mind, I could do this once a week for 3 months. I mean, if you were being paid money for it, and not for free, if you could be getting money. Okay, That's where you should take this. And I want to be part of it. That's all I'm saying is you can do it and you can make money on your own, maybe very little from the little people that you have, but you can grow this. And I think I can help you. In other words, my stuff added to your stuff. You know, got two funny guys. Cody, you're funny, but you're funny drawing. So there's three funny guys. I mean, come on YouTube. If you could do this regularly, come on,
Yeah,
man.
we're trying to do that. Yeah.
Okay, fine. I got to get out of here.
Larry, it's the creativity is so inspiring.
Yes.
How
Okay, so just think
Absolutely.
about it, and I'll
Passion.
send you stuff. But think about how even if you continue doing whatever you're doing without me, and you didn't even talk to me, even if you keep doing that, think about how you could do what you're doing, but in segments that are doable and repeatable. Not the same thing, but you
Of
can
course.
do 5-minute everything, or 10 minutes, or maybe if you could do 15 minutes for something that's once a month. I mean, but the point is, reason I'm telling you all this is I believe that money can be made off of it. I'm tired of being just artistic.
Ah,
You are too, you know. In
Mhm.
other words, there are people who are artistic who are making millions of money because they're artistic, or because they're funny, or because they can draw. In other words, people are making money with the talent that we three people have.
we're gonna
Believe
figure it out.
you know that they're making money off of it. But
Right.
this is the way that nobody else is doing it.
Oh,
This is new, but it's not new. It's just putting together old shit in a new way.
yeah.
Right.
That's the whole thing. You know, they invented the steam-driven engine, before gasoline was even thought of. Gasoline was invented because somebody invented the engine. How can we keep this running all the time? You know, I can't keep pouring boiling water, and having to build a fire to get the steam to run the engine. Somebody had to come along. So that's what we're doing here. Everything has been invented. We're just saying, hey, what about gasoline? You know, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, I got to get out of here.
Thank
Thanks.
you, Larry. I love this. Please,
it's
we'll be
wonderful.
talking. Can't wait
Okay,
to get
cool.
this stuff.
I'll talk to you later, because the three of us have outwardly what's needed between Fred, Cody, and me. The things we
Stories.
already have. You don't have to learn anything new.
We're gonna do it.
Just use it together. Okay, I gotta get
I'll
out of
let
here.
you. Thank you, Larry. That was great.
Okay,
It was a
thanks
pleasure
for
meeting you, Larry.
everything.
Great.
Talk again soon.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Oh, here.
Absolutely.
Do you know how to get out?
Oh yeah.
Get
you-
off the phone.
How can I get out of here?
I know people get trapped here.
Do you want me to kick you off, Larry?
You can kick him out.
No.
Don't kick
What's
him
that?
out.
Privately talk with the host. No, privately chat. No, just wipe me out. Or how do
All
I'll
right.
shut you off? Okay, I'm gonna shut-
I don't do it with the. Where is it?
there you go.
Where
Oh,
now?
You're
now I-
stuck, Larry. You gotta.
Oh, remove guest. Here we go. I'm
like
gonna.
where he's
yeah.
captive.
Again, it was a pleasure meeting you, Larry. It's a great stories.
I'm
too.
definitely gonna rewatch. Not Birdman of Alcatraz. Escape from Alcatraz. Just seeing him in scenes. I can't wait to see the checkers, chess. Yeah,
I think he
Jeff
came back
Crow-
in.
Jeff Cronin isn't here today, but
Larry
Okay,
came
good.
back in. I don't know if I need to just kick him out again or.
yeah, kick him out. He's confused.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, that was great.
Yeah, he's great. And again, being repetitious, he's inspiring. Just
Yes.
someone said he's 88 or 89, and like I said, usually people just kind of sit with their head down or just me, I lie in bed too much. But his passion, his creativity, he's still just being creative and
Yeah.
and I just love those stories, and it's just he's not like thinking things like, oh, he's supposed to be do this or that.
Right.
So it's just, yeah, his mind is sharp. So
Yeah, that's the thing that's so.
well, Scarlett, you don't have to be honest or nice. I know what Scarlett's going to say, but every every one of these is different.
Let's
You
see.
don't, yeah.
Mm,
Oh, you crying, Luna? You wake me up, but yeah, I know. I'm assuming you're not familiar with him, but he's been on Friends, so many things.
Oh yeah, I was yeah he was on That Girl,
Yeah.
which it was so amazing to see his just his whole catalog basically. I mean, he was on Laverne and Shirley.
Yes.
I
But
thought that
he is like the Christopher Lloyd, like a mad scientist,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like we got to do, but he's also sort of like a hippie, like, hey
Mhm.
brother, man, we got to be now. I'd love to be now. That's what I struggle with. Like, what's going to happen in a few years when I fall and I'm alone and I broke
Oh no.
I got a stroke,
Yeah,
whatever. He's so now, which I love,
that's a
or oh, why didn't I get that thing, or what's going to happen, but yeah, he's so inspiring. And besides Scarlett, any other comments about Larry or anything? But again, he got a little confused because he started telling his story about
Mhm,
a movie called Out on a Limb
mhm.
with John Hughes, but then I think he confused it with Home Alone, where
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. The Home Alone is interesting. I'll have to rewatch that.
yes, I'm gonna watch it where he's he must have got a lot of residuals from it, but there's just so many things to talk about. Like he was in Adam Sandler fans know him from Happy Madison, Happy Gilmore, or one of those movies.
Hmm.
But yeah, he and I knew him. I'd bump into him on auditions all the time and around the neighborhood, and yeah, he's like the philosopher.
Exactly.
Again, I like how he's just creating, not going, "Oh, it's too late. I'm too old."
It is good to meet those guys who really have that taking those chances with the work you do and not think about all of the you know
Right.
the worries of the
I
like
mean,
where
some people commented he doesn't realize it's a lot of work just to even put out a minute or two. Um, but yeah, he but yeah, it's really cool.
yes.
Yeah, watching a creative person get excited about a creative project, it was thrilling and funny and just honest, raw and honest. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe some people didn't like the stories run long, but I guess he's, they're from his book, and I guess he said he's done a lot of podcasts where he kind of has them ready to tell. But I just, love that thing about coming in to Escape from Alcatraz. How long do I have to be here? What it and that it'll make it more fun for you to watch it. I'm going to rewatch it. That he plays that kind of because he's a comedic guy.
Yeah.
He's a comedic guy. You just look at him, he's funny. But in Escape from Alcatraz, he plays like a car thief. And what am I doing here? I'm pissed off. Hey,
Right.
I
Right.
want to get out of here. Get me out of here. It's because it was
Yeah.
kind of different. And that's really fascinating. That's why it's such a big part. He would just hang out when he was working. Hey, Larry, get in the scene.
Right.
So that's yeah. Hmm. Well, if you got to get going, that's okay, Cody. But
Oh
move it
yeah.
along. What you get going?
Hmm.
Some people. I still people saying, Cody's, working, not always available. Maybe, do some without him. But I just like when I get a guest, just, it's exciting for me that it's exciting for Cody to learn stories from someone new, get turned on to someone new that you weren't familiar with, makes it fun.
Yeah, yeah,
Try to do it when you can.
yeah, absolutely.
So the stories need to be okay, but that honest moment when the spark hit him, I loved it. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm kind of an a-hole sometimes with being negative or not being in the moment because I remember the farmers market table. I've talked about that group before, and Larry once came to visit. And there was a guy, he was like maybe 86, he passed away, and he'd always buy lottery tickets. I'm going, what for? You're ready, But I love the thing that he's not caring about his age, like, oh, it's almost over. What's it matter? Just waiting for
Right.
the bell to ring. And I've been that guy, waiting for the bell to ring. Ding, pencils down. You don't have to try anymore. So, like I said, that's why it's inspiring. And
Yeah.
here's Luna. Just
Looney.
Luna's just she's going to be on the lap. She has a little bite here. But yeah,
Oh,
she woke me up crying in the middle of the night.
she all right?
Yeah, I think I think she's sort of wild in that she grew up on the streets, so she kind of howls in the middle of the night. Or for food. Some cats, they let their owners sleep, but she doesn't care. She doesn't know what sleeping is for me. Like, wake up! I'm hungry right now. 3 in the morning.
It's like me in the street gangs. I grew up down there.
Exactly. He
Yeah.
grew up on the streets. Well, that was cool. He was just in that. So, all right. So we always sum up. What did you work on today? Let's just
Yeah,
see.
so we got two done. Pretty much. I mean, like this one I have to finish, but I could get that done. Let's see what else.
That's
Yeah.
finished. Oh, so the thing he was showing to Larry, that wasn't the finished one. That was a different version because the things you were showing, a lot of them weren't finished, but you finished some of those earlier things.
Yeah, I just wanted to show him like kind of the concept of the boat
Okay.
and the because I showed him some of the drawings in the beginning. I think he was excited about it.
Right. But some of the ones you were showing, you have them more developed, like here. Yeah.
Like here or here.
Yeah, that was the one. You didn't show him that one, yes.
No, I need to go that far. I did show, yeah, even the table scene. I didn't go that. Yeah, I should have just showed him all of what we were
Oh,
doing.
it's fine. We're getting it. And he goes, that's it. He's talking. He's moving. But
This one I like. I like this drawing. The
yes,
like it's funny. It's like being
I'll
stared at.
figure out my late lunch.
Oh yeah,
And like I said, I'm definitely going to rewatch that movie. It's
it
it'll
was.
just be fun to see him knowing, hey, he's just in the background.
Yeah.
And I look forward to seeing the chess scene. Any last questions or comments before we sign off? I hope, yeah, Jeff Crone should be okay. He probably had we just did it at a different time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, everyone. Yeah, that was my black cat, Luna, just jumping up on my lap for some
It
treats.
shows it somewhat. Larry Hankin came back in.
Did he?
Should I let him in or? Well, there's
Yeah,
no picture.
he probably didn't understand how to shut
Should I
it.
open it up?
Yeah, see what happens. Yeah, I got to no,
Hello.
no. He just hasn't shut it down or something.
Hello, Larry.
Yeah.
Are you still there?
Well, now I am.
All right. We thought you had something else to say, but
I went away. I just walked back. So I don't know what's going on. I shut my computer off and walked away. And I just walked back and I just heard you talking. So,
We'll let you go.
how do
He thought Larry was trying to get back in the room, but
no. How do you got to shut me off from your end? I think.
Yeah,
you did. All right, just shut him off. Let him
Sounds
go ride his bike. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
day. Yeah, let him go. You've been holding him there, Cody.
yes. Enjoy your
Cody's
evening.
like a street gang guy.
Yeah.
All right, Larry, you have a great afternoon. Come on, let him go, Cody. Cody's kind of
Okay.
sadistic that way. He was trying to leave, and Cody was holding on to him.
I couldn't let go.
Yeah, it's I'm here. What do you want?
It's too. It's just too good.
Oh, you know who I want to get? Who's a great guy. Who's a fan of yours, Cody. How do I say his name? Bob Gooden from the Shawshank Redemption. He would do this.
Oh, Bob, yeah, I would love to have him on here.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
He liked some of our work, didn't he?
Yes. So he's a great guy. We will. So, like I said, Cody, you let me know in advance when you're available, and I'll track down another. I like the Variety, the Breaking Bad guy. Now, your brother was familiar with Breaking Bad? Was your brother familiar with Breaking Bad?
Yes, he watched it. He really likes it.
So he's Skinny Pete, yes.
Yeah, he knew who Skinny Pete was. And then, yeah. And if I know, I usually, because I have some stuff I could, once I get the guy, the director, or not the director, but anybody who's the guest, I can maybe like watch an episode or something.
Yes, and
I think Laverne and Shirley, I have like a collection. That would have been funny to see. There's a picture of him online. It's really funny how young he is.
Maybe next time we could have him back. We could have show clips of Larry or some of the. He did a short film many years ago called Sully's Diner that was nominated. Luna, stop it. All right. Let me. Luna, no.
Apart.
Yes.
We are 2 years apart.
All right. Let's see. Last questions. What's the age difference between you and AJ, or are you twins? Scarlett just asked.
Yeah, we are 2 years apart. So not too far.
So almost twins.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Any other questions? All right. Well, this was great. Larry's great.
Oh yeah.
And you let me know your next availability, and I'll track someone down.
Fantastic. I'll look at my calendar tonight, and I'll get you the dates.
Well, thank you everyone for hanging with us. This was a lot of fun. And I'm going to sign off and leave. And Cody, you have a great rest of the day.
Thanks. You too, Fred. It was great. Love what we're doing here. So
can't wait to do the next one.
Yeah, and enjoy your whatever you get to eat.
All right. Thank you, Darren, everyone, and we'll talk soon. Have a great day. Bye.
Have a good one.
See
you guys.
Let me out. I'm like Larry.
Oh yeah, I'll let you know.